Well, howdy, everybody, and welcome back to the Ravens Outpost. This is an impromptu show tonight. I do appreciate the lack of content here lately, but it's been weird. Um, I don't normally, share all my private business because it's just my private business, and I don't. Everybody's got their own to deal with, but if any of y'all could, I would greatly appreciate it if you would send some prayers of healing to my mom. Um, she's been in the hospital since the 18th, and she had her own private room there for a little bit. Um, but she got to where she couldn't breathe, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with her, and she wound up in the critical care unit there at the hospital. They found out that she's got pneumonia, and on top of that, she had strap, and she's not doing too well. She's in stage 4 renal kidney failure, which means she's on dialysis. She is supposed to take dialysis 3 times a week. She has congestive heart failure, which means her valves aren't functioning properly, and she starts retaining fluid. With that being said, her kidneys are also helping her retain fluid. And on top of that, the infection in her lungs is causing her to retain fluid. So she's basically drowning. Um, she's been in a lot of trouble. She's been in a lot of pain. She's she's having it rough, and I've been kind of having a hard time dealing with it because I'm seeing how she's dealing with it the same way. The same way that my dad dealt with it. Um, Both my mom and my dad were very strong, independent people, um, and they raised me and my sister to be the same way. I slacked up on my brother a little bit, but she's having it rough. Good news is the cultures they took. They're not growing. They've stabilized, which is a good thing. Which means they may have it under control to where they can actually fight it. Another good thing is that her white blood cell count is down, which is really good. But it's still hard, man. It's still hard. Hey, everybody. I'm just I'm letting y'all know what's going on. I meant to have a show Wednesday, but um, I just couldn't do it. I wasn't focused. It was everything to do what I could do to stay focused when I was at work. Now, you doing what I do, you got to stay focused. You've got to stay focused. I'm a bus driver. I drive people around, and in a place where I'm at, tight little curves and a lot of people at night, you got to have your head on a swivel. It's kind of like hunting for Bigfoot. But I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to gotta keep that energy focused and sending it her way because me being down and That's not helping her at all. That's not helping her at all. And thanks everybody for thanks for all the well wishes, guys. I appreciate it. Um, Swing Machine, thanks for stopping by, bro. Thanks, Eric. Ben, I appreciate it, man. Just hanging out. When I say tonight ain't gonna be a very long show, I really mean it's not gonna be a very long show. I didn't have a whole lot of stuff planned. It's just, yeah, dude, that positive energy, man. It's just, yeah, your higher resignation of, yeah, that frequency, that higher frequency, it means a lot. It helps you. It helps other people. I've seen it firsthand. It's just sometimes when somebody gets on the bus, right, you can see one of these guys has just had a rough day, and you say, "Hey, how you doing?" If you greet them with a smile, even somebody who looks as rough as I do, if you greet them with a smile, say, "Hey, man, how you doing? Welcome aboard." You know, you know. At the end of this trip, you can see a change, and I say, "Thank you. Have a great day." You too, man. And that's that little thing, that little bitty thing right there, could maybe change something, you know, in their way of thinking, the way they feel, just a little bit. And you can pass that along. And I want to try and do that because I was such a negative Nancy for so long, man, and it's hard to do. It's a habit. It gets ingrained in you after a while. It's like, you tell yourself a lie long enough, you start to believe it, right? And if you the same thing goes with your attitude. If you're negative, it gets ingrained in you. So I'm trying not to be that way. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So hoping everybody's made it through Ian okay. um we're catching a little bit of it. I know you guys are. Eric, how's things down your way? What about you, Ben? You're in Louisiana, right? If you're still on here, how's things down your way? Yeah, I mean it hadn't been real bad. Oh, I ain't had no bright and sunny day today. The last couple of days have been dark and dreary. Great weather for a goth, you know. But been seeing reports of UFO activity over Florida after Ian. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I wanted to start the show off with letting you guys know what's been going on and why I haven't been putting on a show and all that. And it's just that, I mean, it's one thing after another, man. It really is. It's one thing after another. I get to rolling and something happens and knocks my legs out from under me. And it really sucks. Hey, Ben, how's things down your way, bro? Yeah, you're right, Eric. I wonder about that too. And I reminded of a story, I read about after the Mount St. Helens eruption and what was going on there. I'm going to go back and look that up. As a matter of fact, let me take a look and see if I can find that story real quick. Oh. Mm. Well, well, well. All right. Swain, it's darkest before the dawn, brother. The fire smelts the brawn. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate that. And you're right, Ben. Hurricanes fucking suck. Let's see. Let's see. Whoa. There's a lot to it. Yeah. Um. Hmm. Thanks, Ben. I appreciate that. Yeah, Tornado Valley. Look, man, I've seen a couple of friends post pictures from Florida. Um, friend there, Daniel Benoit. I interviewed him last Saturday. Well, it's been a week ago today. Wow. Anyhow, um, I interviewed him, and he he posted some pictures on Facebook that his sister sent him, and it looked like a tornado ripped through there. I'm like, man, the downdrafts must have been hellacious. Wow. You know, you go back and you read stories. All right, yeah, let's see. Back in '08, there was some wicked straight line winds from a hurricane through. Knocked out the power for the longest in my life around here. Wow. You got that right. I appreciate that, Ben. I just know, I can't sit back and act like I'm the only one that's ever been through it. I know a lot of people have. And, everybody deals with it differently. I know that, and I mean it's everything. You deal with everything through perception. Hey, Bat Mom. Wow, long time no see. How are you doing? Good to see you here. Mount St. Helens Sasquatch connection. Well, there's a story. God, I gotta put some WD 40 on this chair. It started squeaking all of a sudden. Uh, uh, Ray, she's been out of it for a while. She had dislocated her shoulder, and it's like, yeah, Ray, she's been out of it for a while. Yeah, she messed up her right arm, dislocated her shoulder, and uh, bruised it all the way down, and can't use her hand hardly at all. I haven't been able to talk to her. Most of the time I text her and she's trying to do it with one hand, and that's a pain in the ass. So I'll just send her a text every now and then, just say, hey, and say, I'm just touching base with you. Say, hey, love you, mean it. And you don't have to text back because I know it's a pain in the dick. I appreciate it, buddy. Let's see. Looking at this, Bigfoot bodies removed after 1980 Mount St. Helens eruption. Because I remember that. Um, uh, this is from Washington Bigfoot. I put some links to some sites that deal with cryptid news and stories and reports in the description down below. So if you guys want to check that out, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm going to hit on some of it. It's Phantoms and Monsters. Um, there's Phantoms and Monsters, Real Cryptid Encounters and Reports on Phantoms and Monsters 14 Research Cryptids and Unexplained Phenomena. I'm going to get to this story real quick. Let's see. Bigfoot. The previous post dug a bit into the idea that the local Bigfoot that lived around Mount St. Helens might have been killed in the 1980 eruption. Well, the thread on Facebook took it a bit further with information about multiple reports of sightings of Bigfoot bodies being removed by those reacting to the disaster. Let's see. Open that link, got another tab. First account is from Who's Watching You? An Exploration of Bigfoot Phenomena in the Bigfoot Northwest by Linda Coyle Suchi. Let's check this out right here. Pull up this link. Yeah, this is from a book from Linda Coyle Suchi's book called Who's Watching You? And an exploration of the Bigfoot phenomena in the Pacific Northwest. Says was placed in a placed in charge of one of a pile of dead animals in particular. The pile was covered and no one was allowed to come near it. Armed U.S. National Guard personnel were guarding this pile. On the day that they were going to move this group of bodies, Bradshaw was standing very close to the pile and was told to keep his mouth closed about what he was to witness. When the tarp was removed, he was amazed to see that the bodies were those of Sasquatch, some badly burned and some not. They were placed in a large net and lifted into the back of a truck, which was then tarped over. And it says here Freedom on Information Acts were filed to see if there was any official report, the response was quite predictable and uninformative. There were no documented reports of Bigfoot or Sasquatch carcasses, and there were no projects to attempt to locate or recover any bodies. Hmm. Right. Mislocated your shoulder, dude. This is another report from the same book claims a man in Spokane saw a large double-rotor helicopter, most likely an Army Chinook, fly overhead at between 100 and 150 feet. The helicopter was carrying a cargo net that contained at least 3 dead Bigfoot bodies. The bodies were described as hairy, gray ash-coated arms and legs. Let's see. OrHistory.com, home of kick-ass Oregon history. The government is hiding dead Bigfoot bodies. Let's see. Let's see if I can post this link. Oh, no. That's not what I want. That's what I want right here. It's in the archive. This is from October 21st, 2016. I'll post this one in, I'll put this link here in the description. There we go. Posted that there. Now, okay. Anyway. Shithook infamous for tearing themselves apart and dumping troops and cargo in mid-flight. Huh. But yeah, that's one of those things. Am I on Discord? Yeah, I'm on Discord. I game a lot. So yeah. I'm on Discord. Check out Damage Inc. I'll send you a link to it in Facebook Messenger. Let's see. Sandra, welcome. You know, a lot more. No link. Yeah, hold on, man. Let me change things up here a bit. Let me put my headphones on. I've got I got my speakers running. Give me just a second. Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Not much, man. Getting by. How you
Yeah,
been, dude?
I've been doing okay. Been doing okay. I can't really complain. Um, Man, that really sucks to hear what you said. What you doing, what you dealing with. That really sucks, bro.
No, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it does. It does. But just trying to stay positive. Um,
Yeah.
trying. Uh, I,
So you can do.
no, there's right now. There's not a whole lot I can do. Yesterday I called her because they've been working with her through all this other stuff, trying to get. She has a in her shoulder right in here. There's a port for her dialysis treatment. Well, it had got infected. That's one of the main sources of where she got some of her infection from the
Yeah.
streptococcus, and they pulled that out. They're supposed to give her another one, and she was supposed to have dialysis today. She's supposed to have it again tomorrow, and it's a slower process. It's not as hard and invasive on her, and so I wouldn't have been able to see her anyway. But I wanted to call her yesterday to see how she was doing. Now she's confused. Um, her hearing aids, the batteries have went out on her hearing aids, so she can't hear for shit. So I mean, I was on the phone with her for like 2 minutes. That was it. That was rough, man. Because I mean, my
Yeah.
mom always talks. I'm usually the one that has to say, "Well, ma, I gotta go. I got things to do." Blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
she's like, "Okay, blah blah blah." But this time she says, "I gotta go." I'm like, "Well, shit." Now the
Damn.
shoe's on the other foot. But I called her again this morning and I talked to her for a whole 20 minutes. But she sounded better than yesterday, but she still sounds rough, man. She's
Yeah.
still having it rough.
Man, sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
I appreciate it, man. And it's just my head hadn't been in the game, to do a show or anything like that. I come on Moog's show the other night and I saw him on and just because I know he's getting ready. He was getting ready to go through some shit, you know. So I want to say hey to him, and
He's a good dude, man.
there he is. He
Yeah.
ain't been nothing but good to me.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of shit has happened.
Hmm.
A lot of shit has happened lately.
Oh, and there's something else I want to mention too, for anybody who's watching after the fact or comes on and um, just wondering what's going on. Everybody, if you're familiar with Mopar Bill,
Yeah, I am. Yep.
yeah, well, he's been going through a lot of shit here lately.
Really?
Yeah, he and I've been talking a lot, and his wife has been having it really rough. She's in the hospital too now, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she's a diabetic. She's having um, glucose issues, trying to get her sugar levels down and all that stuff, and she's having all kinds of other issues. And hey, if you could find it in your heart to send out a prayer her way, you guys out there, please do, because he's needing all the help he can get. He told me that he was going home today. I talked to him, and he said he is wore plumb out. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm with. See, he's been having heart issues. He was in the hospital for a little while too. I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, he's been having it rough, and just everybody out there, the Raven Clan, you can send him a prayer too. Send his wife a prayer because they're needing it too. Um, what's going on with Buck? I haven't talked to Buck in a while. I have not talked to Buck in a while. He's been really busy. He's getting his own business going, and he's still going to school, so and he's doing all that. So he's been really busy, and it's good. It's good. I'm gonna have to give him a holler. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. Yeah, they're good people. I was on the phone with Bill for probably, well, we talked for probably about an hour and a half a couple weeks ago, and you know, telling me some of his stories, some of the stuff that's happened to him over the years, and he really got motivated after what happened to Carrie, Carrie Arnold, and
Yeah,
it's like we really don't know when our numbers up. We
you're
don't
right.
know. We don't know, and so we just if we got something to do, we know, let's just do it. I'm try and live for the day and let tomorrow worry about itself. Because if you got the people you love around you, just love them because you never know.
You're right, man. That's true. Sage advice.
What's up, Jeff? How you doing? I've been doing good. I see you moved on, man. You're doing good. You're doing good out there. You're on Untold Radio now.
What is Untold Radio?
That's Doug Hychek stuff. The guy
Oh, yeah, I
who
know who that dude is for
yep,
sure. Yeah.
yep.
Mhm.
I was looking how many views that the channel's getting and all like that, and Jeff's getting the most, man. He's the star of the freaking show. You see, you get a couple of hundred here, a couple of hundred. He's got pulling down 300-400 people. 300, 400 views, almost 500 views.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, yeah,
Jeff from the Moog Show.
yeah.
Yeah, that dude is on point, bro. That dude. Yeah.
He knows his stuff, man.
Yes, he does. He sure does. Yes, he does.
Yeah, I'm Bill. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. But we will. We'll be thinking about you, Hoss. That's Mopar right there.
Okay. Well, man, I wish the best for you. I hope everything turns out all right.
I appreciate it, Hoss. I really do. I appreciate it. Yeah, Jeff Harding, folks. Go check his channel out. Yeah, you get there. You gonna carry him up.
Now, Jeff's pretty impressive with what he knows.
Mm-hmm. He knows a lot of people.
Yeah. Not who, but what he knows. It's pretty impressive.
That's fact. That. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I say it has, man. Yeah, it's rough, and then people are having it rough all over. I mean, it's like, damn, it's everybody I know. Some crazy mess is going on. Their health is going to shit, and you just don't know. So
Yeah, that's messed up.
yeah, and dude, I mean, I've I've had this respiratory thing. You hear me? All that shit. Uh, I've had this going on almost a month. My son's had it. My wife's got it. It just continual, just something generating some type of bleh. And it, my son's got it the worst.
Mm.
Uh, he's been coughing like hell all day, and I'm giving him this bullshit cough medicine. And
Hmm.
hell, I swear to God, up the last dose I give it made him worse. I'm not kidding you. After he took
Expectorant?
it, just it's made it worse. I mean, he coughed to the point he tossed his cookies in the living room. It's like, oh my God, all over the place, and I had to clean all that up. I was like, good Lord, son, could you have not did that on the couch? Just I got hardwood floors. That's easy to clean up.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, but I fixed him some hot tea and put some real raw honey and lemon in it. You know
Hmm.
that soothed him up. I say, I'm gonna make him some. I'm gonna go back to old ways, man.
Yeah,
Make some. And I'm going. I'm going to go. I haven't had any liquor in the house in a while, but I'm going back to the ABC store and I'm going to get me some just to keep
yeah,
here for medicinal purposes.
yeah. Hot
Uh,
toddy.
exactly. Now,
Yep.
my former father-in-law, my ex-wife's dad, he fixed up uh, a cough syrup using peppermint candy, horehound candy, some honey, and some of his own special brew of moonshine. Right? You talking about some good shit? Oh my lord, yes sir. That would do the job. It did it right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get me a couple bags of horehound candy and peppermint, and just let it sit there for a little while, and some wild turkey American honey. You
Yeah.
ever had any of that stuff? That stuff's smooth, man. I love that stuff.
No, no. I stick to beer.
I don't blame you. They used to, I used to say, whiskey's quicker. Um, I don't do it for get drunk anymore. I don't believe in all that shit no more. I don't like the feeling of loss of control. You know?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I'm. I'm not advertising or nothing, but I do have Nyquil, Vicks Nyquil, cold and flu nighttime relief, and that is some good shit. It is some good stuff. Candy is dandy, but liquor's quicker. Yeah. Yeah. So what you been into, man?
Man, I just been working. I've been listening to a podcast, Hollow Sky. Have you ever heard of that shit?
No.
Well, they talked about the Bledsoe incident. Have you ever heard of that?
It sounds familiar. Hold on.
Yeah, and I was listening to they have a ton of episodes, man. They talk. You ever heard of Stardust Ranch? Where a dude's killing gray aliens with a samurai sword?
I have heard about that. I have heard about that. Where
Yeah, yeah,
I I heard I can't remember who was telling this story, but I heard this guy was killing these aliens with a samurai sword. I
yes.
said that's some of the wildest shit I've ever heard. That's what? Get out of here.
Yeah, really, and bro, he had an AK-47 shooting the aliens. It didn't do shit. But man, I don't know how much I believe about that. But AK-47 didn't do shit, but a samurai sword killed the aliens. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell, dude. I can't say it. He's
Well,
lying because I don't know.
right. I mean, I'm open minded to a lot of stuff, man. I've seen too much stuff for me not to. You know, Eric says some things I have to see to believe. You know, to a
Exactly.
point,
Exactly. Yeah.
to a point, yeah, but I'm not discounting it. I'm not,
I mean, okay, so the dude hit aliens with a baseball bat and it didn't do shit. And the dude shot aliens with an AK-47, which I've shot an AK-47, and those are pretty powerful rounds.
yeah, absolutely, man.
Um, but they didn't do shit to the aliens. But with a samurai sword, man, I don't know. It's a good podcast though. It's two
Yeah.
dudes just bullshitting. You know, it's a pretty good podcast.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Where you been listening to it from? Spotify.
No, I just YouTube, dude. I go
Oh, okay.
so on YouTube. Well, with YouTube, so I use uh, a different browser. I use Brave
Hmm.
browser, and it does not allow ads and shit. But
Yeah.
I just listen to it from there, man. I mean, it's really interesting. The Bledsoe incident is super interesting, bro. You haven't heard of that, huh?
No, I haven't.
Wow. So he's been okay. So it's an ET encounter,
Okay.
extraterrestrials, yeah. And but man, it's really hard to explain it. The guy was, supposedly, and it's this is all supposedly. He was abducted and all of this stuff like that, and they showed him a bunch of stuff, and then there was this. Wow, it gets pretty deep.
Hmm.
So there was this. He met this white lady being, which could possibly be the same being from Fatima, and the same being from uh, a long time ago, like a deity, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That's what they claim. I don't know. And the people in the podcast don't claim it, but Bledsoe does claim it.
Is it Chris Bledsoe?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. Chris Bledsoe.
And then the lady told him so many things, like about what like how we should be as a civilization. And man, and then there's a Stardust Ranch. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it, but nothing about it rings any bells. So I kind of pulled it up. It's in Nevada, right?
I think it's either Arizona or Nevada. So that's the Machete one. I mean, not the machete, a samurai sword. So at the end, they are telling you about it. It I guess devolves. I guess to our civilization and what's wrong with it. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just a lot, bro. It's really a lot.
Dude, I've been looking into, you know, uh, um, quantum physics, looking
Hmm.
at string theory and um, their theories on, relativity as far as extra dimensional um, space. How there are numerous, in theory, there are numerous different um, realities that run parallel
Right
to
now,
ours. Right.
yeah, exactly.
And who's to say that there is not a time and place where the what we call in the paranormal term the veil, where that veil is thin, and there are ways for beings to pass through, uh, from one reality to another, and there may be creatures that we have no idea what they look like, and they show up, and here we go. We've got Dogman, we've got Bigfoot, we've got
Yeah,
all
right.
kinds of other stuff. It's like, where the hell is this all coming from? And it's just a theory, and a lot of people are like, I don't believe in all this woo shit, and I'm like, well, think about it for a minute. When you put it down, you want to look at a scientific perspective, okay? And you want to break things down. Where are all of your research going to go to? You're looking at Tesla's three rules, three things to look at. You know, energy, frequency, vibration, all of that right there. You measure all of that, and it's what if you know that energy meets that vibration at the right frequency and can pass right on through, and poof, there you go. And there's certain places where the energy level in the land itself, then maybe there's something about the land itself. I'm probably talking out my ass, I know that, but
No, you're not. You're not.
but but maybe there's something about the land.
It's the only real answer. Uh, with the quantum physics, the land. I mean, ley lines, and are you talking about that?
Right, yeah, absolutely. They've they've already determined that that is real. I mean, it's bands of energy that flow across the earth,
Hmm.
whether above or below, and that's their people have mapped it out.
Yeah.
So
So with the ley lines, and wow, yeah, that does make sense, man. But I don't understand, and nobody does, about
mm-mm.
the dimensions things. So
Right,
so speaking of the dimensions things, okay, so every time people see Bigfoot, I'd like to see one. But every time people see Bigfoot, Bigfoot is fucking scared of people, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And it runs away. You know
right,
what I mean? It's like,
right.
why am I seeing you right now? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, dude, that's something I can't wrap my head around unless there's some type of unspoken universal law, that they go by that we're ignorant of. I don't know. I don't understand it. With given their size and weight and their physical abilities that's been
Exact
described by thousands of people, and
thousands.
you ripping up.
Tens of thousands.
Take a tree about, I don't know, 10 inches around and just rip it out of the ground like it ain't nothing and turn it upside down and plant it again in the ground, the top side. Dudes, like that takes all kinds of strength.
Hmm.
And, you know,
But when they
dude,
see a human, they are really shocked and oh my goodness. And then they run. Why?
why? Exactly. What do they know that we don't? I don't know, man. I don't know. Richie, how's it going, man? Ouch. Dude, that sucks. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I've thought about that. You know, it's there are two guys I've been paying attention to here lately. Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson. Um, uh, Graham Hancock, he's an author and investigative journalist. Uh, Randall, he's geologist and uh, an archaeologist, and he and Randall and Graham have gotten together because one read the other's work and said, "Hey, this guy kind of thinks the way I do. Why don't we get together and compare notes?"
Really?
Well, they're all on the same page, and Graham Hancock wrote a book a few years back called "The Fingerprints of the Gods,"
Mm.
and talking about ancient civilizations and their technology, and they're reading carbon dating uh, uh, in levels of the Earth that when you go back to oh no shoot, what's that place in Turkey?
I know what you're talking about.
Glipe
The,
Tepe.
on yeah, Göbekli Tepe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, you know, most archaeologists have sat down and they will deny anything past 6,000 years as far as human civilization is concerned.
Hmm.
Not saying that humans did not exist beyond that point, but most were cave dwelling hunter gatherers, nomadic people. They didn't have any type of um, real sophisticated tools to work with. But you've got this Göbekli Tepe, which
Yeah,
is a megalithic society that was unearthed that's 11,000 years old, at least 11,000 years old, um, that that they can't wrap their head around. And
yeah,
the technology. So, to make a long story short, they're looking at cataclysmic events that have happened throughout the Earth's lifespan, which, of course, is billions of years, and that we as humans, as a species, have probably been here much, much longer and have been in this same situation before, where we were highly advanced uh, in technological ways that are not quite what we are now, but more on
yeah,
a metaphysical. They were more of a biological advancement. Uh, Telekinesis. Uh, able to lift things with sound and vibration and move
yeah.
it like that and communicate just by thinking. over long distance and discovering 0 point energy where you've got free energy all throughout the world. But they're seeing where there's some possibility that these civilizations existed, and
Not
they
really a possibility. I mean, they have existed.
I mean, you just look at the how exact, down to a micrometer level, uh, micromillimeters, how exact the Great Pyramids of Giza were constructed. I mean, they had to be just right. I mean, absolutely just right. And what a lot of people don't really know is, if you look at it correctly, these pyramids, each side is kind of caved in, so they're like kind of like that a little bit. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like
Yeah.
that. So they actually have, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, they've got 6 sides. It's
Wow.
just a way, yeah. And it's just the inside. The inside architecture is phenomenal. The amount of they can't do it today. People would like to sit there and say they could, but I really doubt it. I don't think they had the technology. They have the technology today to
Do you think?
replicate.
No,
Hmm?
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I just don't think they have the technology today to replicate that. It would take it would take them so long to do it. I mean, I'm not saying I know how long it took them to build it. Whatever ancient civilization built the pyramids or the Sphinx, as
Do
far as
you
that
think?
goes.
Yeah, really. You think that they maybe had the technology, or
I think they did. I think they were introduced to it. I
yeah,
don't think a lot of people want to totally say it was extraterrestrial in nature. I think maybe they might have had an influence. Maybe I think maybe they might have shown Peter, Paul, and Mary had to put this puzzle together. But I would think it was humans that did it. Personally, that's just my theory. Just going from what I've been researching, and it's
so how do
go.
we go about getting us as humans? How do we go about getting the knowledge to do it?
Um, I think honestly,
Hmm.
it's a retraining of us as a species. We've been dumbed down for so many centuries, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to think it was so many years, but going down this rabbit hole, I've come to notice that the lies and deception go back hundreds and hundreds, if not
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of years,
Okay.
dude. And how, I don't know. It's I don't want to get in too much because I'll be getting in over my head. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to start talking
Yeah.
about too much that I don't know that much about. I'm still
Yeah.
learning. I'm still learning. It's a lot back there, but I think as we as a people have to retrain ourselves. I mean, we've been in chains mentally, physically, whatever, uh, for so long. There's so
But
much that there's so much. I do honestly believe that there's so much that we can do as a people that we just don't even know. We put too much trust in um, artificial technology when we've looked outside ourselves instead of looking in. There's so many people that say we can't do this and we can't do that, and like, how do you know? How
Yeah.
many how many civilizations come before us that had that ability? We still I think that deep down in us, we've got this God given ability to, do what we have to do. I mean, in the Bible, it says, talking about the Holy Spirit, you know, greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world. And I think there's a lot to that. I think there's, the gift we have been given as a people. We've just totally overlooked, and we've been told to overlook it. You know, you know, talk to God, but if talking, you can talk to God all day, but if God starts talking back to you, you're crazy. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah, I get. Yeah, you're right.
and I don't know. I mean, I'm just it gets deep around here, dude. But it's really hard to talk about this subject with your average Joe. It's really hard because they look at you like you got three heads, and like, dude, what is this? I mean, I tried it once, you know, with somebody I thought might be able to receive this a little bit better, a little bit more open minded, but I quickly realized that this person was just not there yet. They're
Yeah,
not there yet, and I
most
can.
people are not.
No, they're not. They're not, and they're not ready for it. And I'm trying not. I don't. I try not to push. I really don't. Look at here. Hey, how you doing? Yep. Yep. When they built the pyramids are so perfectly aligned.
Yeah, symmetrical. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, absolutely perfect.
Or aren't they aligned with constellations?
Orion's belt. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm. They're right there, right there in this what they say this was called the Sirius Major, which is they're right along the Orion's belt, and it mirrors that constellation almost perfectly. Precision, baby, precision.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
exactly, exactly. Um, well, they're talking about going back to the moon, and I talked to I meet interesting people working around a college campus that has a lot of engineers. And I actually rode around with a aerospace engineer for a little bit here not too long ago. And, he told me what he was doing. And I said, dude, I see that if we don't blow ourselves up first, I said, in a couple of years, the world's going to be your oyster. You keep on with it. I said, dude, it's just, it's amazing. I said, what do you think about us going back to the moon? He said, well, that's the way to go. Space exploration, you know. Um,
But you think we went to the moon in the first place?
I believe we did. I believe we
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
I know a lot of people think that we did not, and I can understand why. And
I'm
I'm
conflicted about that. I'm really conflicted about that. I do not know.
right. I mean, dude, so much could be faked. It really is. And I told somebody else here not too long ago, not to get off the subject too much, but that it's if you want to prove anything to anyone, you're going to have to bring the mountain to Muhammad, so to speak. You're going to have to bring them, to the evidence. If you
Yeah.
want, because um, it's already been proven that they don't want to look at DNA evidence. They don't want to look at it. They,
No,
they,
no,
they don't want to look at it.
not at
Okay.
all. Not at
These
all.
tr these track casts, um, uh, uh, photographs, video, all of it. They don't want to look at any of it.
Yep.
They have to have they have to be beat over the head with it before they can
I don't think
recognize.
that's
And
what it. I don't think that's what it is, bro. I think it's fucking being hidden from us. I really do.
well, that too. I don't. I've already started talking too much crazy stuff. I don't want to go down that way. But since you opened that can, yeah, absolutely. The honest truth, the way I feel about it, I'm about right there with you. I think a lot of this is being held back from us.
Yeah, almost all of it.
There's all this UFO um, disclosure. Um,
Mm.
I think a lot of it's bullshit. There's a lot of some of the guys that have come out here recently have been proven to be CIA plants. You know,
Yeah,
they're working with the government. They never left. These so-called whistleblowers never left the
mm,
employment of the States government. Never have.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, sure. And keep on talking.
Yeah,
Hi,
dude.
your ex. How's you doing, bud?
So, you know about Skinwalker Ranch, right?
Yep, I do.
You know about. You didn't know much about Stardust Ranch, right?
I didn't know much about that one, no.
So, this same guy wanted to buy the shit, and who he did buy Skinwalker Ranch. This is a Bigelow, Bigelow, and man, I don't know if this dude is trying to suppress shit, but it really does seem like he is.
You talking about the current owner of
No, this guy's the current owner's name Brandon something something Frugal or something like that. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
But Bigelow bought that shit before. You know, he was the dude that you know when the government came in to I guess like try to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was the owner, so he supposedly tried to buy the other ranch too. I don't know. Um, I'm skeptical about that.
Yeah, I understand that. Um, have you watched that A&E thing? You know, the Skinwalker Ranch thing. It's just got a bunch of guys on there going on trying to find this, that, and the third, and I'm like, dude, this is so scripted.
The
And
dragon.
oh yeah, it's like, dude, oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, I understand that, man. But there are some, supposedly some things that happen there.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand that some of them caught some UFO activity on camera, but I've yet to see it, so
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like this show. It's not Finding Bigfoot. It's that one Russell Accord is associated with. I can't remember the name of it now. But they say that one was a lot of BS too. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's a shame that they have shows like that. Really.
let's see. Hmm. Looking at Chris Bledsoe, in the International UFO Congress report,
Mm.
there's a little bio on him. It talks about his encounter in '07.
Yeah, dude, that is super interesting. Really. And it's like so he saw this like apparition,
Mm-hmm.
a lady, well, I'll say the white lady, he calls her. And from what he says and from what I've heard, it could be the same thing like they saw in Fatima. Uh, Dude, it just could possibly be because it's like everything, everything that she says is like, okay, yeah. I mean, I can understand that. Everything ascribed to her is like she is some kind of deity from a long time ago.
That's
That
interesting.
Yeah, it really is, dude. So like the maybe the aliens and shit. I don't know. Maybe the aliens with her. So he had alien interactions, and so he saw her at pretty much like when the alien interactions ended, I think. And dude, like there's they she has been compared to like the god Isis and the god goddess. I mean, some ancient Egyptian goddesses, and she could have been the lady in Fatima. And dude, I just don't know. It's really compelling. It's not. It doesn't scream bullshit.
Right. That is interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that,
It
dude. You,
does
you just,
not scream bullshit at all.
you just, I think you just opened up a new rabbit hole for me, dude.
Check it out, man. You gotta check it out.
Thanks, Richie. It's Expedition Bigfoot, and yeah, he toured around with Bob Gimlin for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, there's so much crap going on there. I don't know. It's hard for me to it's hard for me to watch any of that stuff. I'm gonna have to break down and actually watch a few episodes. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, but the Bledsoe thing is a real contentious thing. Like people don't believe it. People do believe it. People don't believe it. So it's one of those things you gotta, I guess, figure out for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely. Let's see.
So there's a Richard Dolan interview. You've heard of Richard Dolan, right?
Oh yeah.
So he had like a 4 part interview with him, and that was pretty interesting. But the Hollow Sky, it's a podcast. I talked about it a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they really laid it out, really good.
Let's see here. I'm always researching, doing something. My wife asked me the other day if my tinfoil hat still fit. uh,
Yeah, well, I love these subjects.
yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, dude. I'll tell you what. Let's see if I can bring it up. Oh shit. Oh, I might be able to find it on. Look at you get a chance. Get on YouTube and look up the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm pretty sure some of his older archived episodes are on there. And listen to the one with Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock, where they're talking about all that stuff.
Yeah.
When they break it all down in you know deep in the science, and they get in. I love the way they frame things because they don't leave out the spiritual part of it. They believe that that's a very integral part of it to
Mm-hmm.
link the two together because soulless science is dumb.
Yeah.
And that's how they put it. And I'm like, I love these guys, man. I absolutely love them.
Dude, Graham Hancock, he knows the Bledsoe guy. So Graham Hancock was at Bledsoe's house, and Bledsoe's okay. So they were going somewhere, and they had like Bledsoe has this dog, and the dog started profusely bleeding from his neck. Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, yeah. And Graham Hancock was there to see it, to witness it, and then it stopped, and they saw a gash on the dog's neck, and then a couple seconds later, it was just nothing. Really, yeah, really.
Dude, that would like freak me the hell out.
Yeah, really. Yeah. But Graham Hancock saw that. He was there.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Graham. He also pushed me in the direction of looking at psychedelics. Um,
Yeah.
like you're just psilocybin. It's natural.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now a lot.
Marijuana, but marijuana's natural, but I got to take piss tests for
Me
work.
too. Me
Yeah.
too. I drive for a living. I have to, and until they legalize this stuff, I'm at the mercy of my job.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm a plant operator, bro. So I'm at the mercy of them too.
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever tried psilocybin?
I have not. I have not. See, Snoopy says hello, by the way.
Hi, you stupid.
Snoopy! Richie
I've tried.
Evans.
I've tried psilocybin.
Did you like it?
Everything
Honest,
looked like 8-bit Nintendo graphics, like houses.
really?
Yeah, I didn't hate it for sure. I didn't know I was trying it. I got served it in spaghetti.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Dude, it's like putting
yeah,
pot in brownies.
yeah, yeah. No
Uh,
shit. Yeah, but yeah, but it was a weird situation though. It was like in Houma, Louisiana. So, man, I don't know if I saw this right or not, but I thought I saw a woman with her throat slit. Serious shit. And then, later, I mean, this was like right at the beginning when I don't know if the psilocybin had taken effect on me, but I saw that. That was one of the craziest things I've seen.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Just
It
walking
alters
down the
it.
street.
There was a guy, I can't remember his name. I'll have to go back and check it out. There's a lot of different stuff. I'm going back and checking it out. Who did micro doses and testing um, these the mushrooms, the psilocybin, on himself, and doing blood tests, and of course, he's got a room full of technicians. He's that's working with him doing all this stuff and talking about how his altered state of consciousness it raised it opened him up, and just with the micro doses there was no high. It was like you put a child with ADD or ADHD right on Ritalin or something like that.
Yeah,
If calmed them down or just leveled them out. He felt more focused, and all like that. But when he did the higher doses, he talked about the the feelings and visions that you were experiencing, something like that. And he said it's like looking looking at the world through a whole different point of
oh,
view.
absolutely, absolutely. Wow, yeah, dude. Like I said, everything looked like 8-bit Nintendo graphics. Everything did.
I heard someone else mention something like that.
For
It's
real?
really really weird. I can't remember who it was or where I heard it, but that what you're saying, it sounds so familiar. It's like it's got to be it. And
Yeah,
there's I can't remember where it's at, but there's this place, I think it's in South America. They're paying people to take trips on DMT,
mm,
and
I'm scared of that shit. What they call them? Fucking the metal elves or some shit like that.
right.
Yeah, man. I'm not no.
It's a whole different world, but
Yeah,
but what really what I find really fascinating about it is that there's so many people who have never had any relationship with one another at all that have had a DMT trip and experienced damn near the exact same thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody. Like
and
every
they're
yeah.
exactly. So, what are they seeing? Where are they going? And the point to this study, the point where they're paying people to take this stuff and monitoring all their vitals, they're doing the whole spiel and documenting what they saw as soon as they come out the trip and how many times they see it. I
And
mean,
they all see the same shit.
right. So they're going somewhere else.
Exactly.
And this is the whole part I was talking about earlier when I said that, how do we when you asked how do we get to where we were with that technology, and I said look toward ourselves. I think we have that power. We really do. There's I can't remember the name of the other. It's a DMT type drug that's derived from a bark of a tree, and it's
Ayahuasca.
an ayahuasca. Yes, sir. That's it. And it's a little bit more intense than
Mm-mm.
than the DMT, but I mean it wakens. It's been used for centuries,
Yeah,
man.
I know.
It's been used for centuries, and people are enlightened. People are more calm. They're self-reflective. They're better toward their fellow man. My question is, when used responsibly, not recreationally, but when used responsibly and controlled, what the hell is wrong with this? Wouldn't doesn't
I'll
it
see
seem
it
to you?
now.
I mean, wouldn't you just me asking you? Doesn't it seem to you like it would be beneficial for us to be able to, you know, alleviate ourselves of this whatever problems we have mentally instead of with this method instead of going to these pharmaceuticals that if you get on them long enough you have to be tapered off of them. You can't quit cold turkey; it will kill you.
Hmm.
Seriously, it will. Some of these psychotic drugs. I can't. My mind isn't working right now. Forgive me, but
Like antidepressants.
the antidepressants, man. You think I was on? The doctor tried to put me on antidepressants once because I was going through a bad patch, and I could feel what it was doing to me. And before I got a chance to get really deep into it, I mean, I put them bottles down and I walked away from it. I think if I'd been on it any longer, I would have been in deep doo doo, you know.
Yeah.
But I think this stuff right here is more beneficial. It doesn't have the side effects, no long term lasting adverse effects.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's natural. I mean, yeah, going like you said, going there, going on that trip, man, is scary.
Yeah.
But some of it is so beneficial for other people. There's research in it for people that's suffering from PTSD. You know, and
Yeah.
helping them through that. There's research in it for people with depression, and anxiety.
Hmm.
Anxiety being the big one they're looking into, bringing that anxiety levels down,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and it affects your heart rate. And if you
You-
suffer with anxiety for too long, you start developing, you know, heart ailments and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, but here we are at 1:30 in the morning talking about drugs, but good stuff. But some of the There's so many cultures in the past that used this as a benefit.
Yeah, ayahuasca for sure.
Absolutely. And just that's there's so much more to it,
Yeah.
and it unlocks our potential. We've got the keys. I just wish we could use it without being thrown under the jail for some instances. It's just
Yeah. So
crazy.
is ayahuasca and DMT, is that illegal?
Um,
I know weed is for whatever fucking reason.
I can't remember exactly what type of controlled substance it is, but I do believe it is. It is illegal in some places.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
I know it
Definitely.
is where I know where it is. It is where I'm at. You know,
Yeah, me too. Where you at?
I'm in Virginia.
Yeah, well, I'm in Louisiana, so yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's illegal. But I don't know if I'd voluntarily do that shit anyway.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah, have you ever well, have you ever
Go ahead.
tried LSD?
No, I have not.
No, me neither. But I heard from a friend that it'll change your outlook too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've heard
Oh,
from a friend.
oh, who was the guy that invented that? I can't remember his name.
I
Oh,
know who you're thinking about, but I know exactly what you're thinking about. I can't remember that dude either. Dude in the '60s.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't remember.
Albert Hoffman. That's his name.
Albert Hoffman.
Albert Hoffman. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. A Swiss chemist. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is interesting right here. Can you see that?
Uh, uh,
Dawn of Dawn of the Dead 420 2.0. I've done magic mushrooms, and every time me and my friends would always see the same thing. It's like our minds were linked.
hmm. That is really, really strange. The guy, Timothy Leary. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. But he was the dude that really made it like popular. Timothy
Mm,
Leary. That's what I was thinking about. Dawn of the Dead.
let's see. Yeah, but Timothy Francis Leary was an American psychologist and author known for his strong advocacy for psychedelic drugs. He was a he was a leading advocate for the use of LSD and other psychoactive drugs.
For what reason? Just
Um,
it doesn't tell you.
let's see. Let's see. Here we go. An American psychologist and author known for his strong advocacy for psychedelic drugs. Evaluations of Leary are polarized, ranging from bold oracle to publicity hound. He was a hero of American consciousness, according to Allen Ginsberg and Tim Robbins. Uh, let's see.
Hmm.
Here we go. Let's hold on. As a clinical psychologist at Harvard University, Leary founded the Harvard Psilocybin Project after a revealing experience with magic mushrooms in Mexico. He led the project from 1960 to 1962, testing the therapeutic effects of lysergic acid,
I search it.
lithamide, and psilocybin (LSD), which were legal in the U.S. in the Concord Prison experiment and the Marsh Chapel experiment. Other Harvard facilities or faculty questioned his research's scientific legitimacy and ethics because he took psychedelics along with his subjects and allegedly pressured students to join in. One of Leary's students, Robert Thurman, has denied that Leary pressured unwilling students. Harvard fired Leary and his colleague Richard Alpert in May 1963. Many people also learned of psychedelics after the Harvard scandal.
Hmm.
They believed the LSD showed potential for therapeutic use in psychiatry. He took. Hold on a second. What the hell? That's got to be one of my cats. Um. After leaving Harvard, he continued to publicly promote psychedelic drugs and became a well-known figure of the counterculture of the '60s. He popularized catchphrases that promoted his philosophy, such as "turn on, tune in, drop out," "set in settings," "think for yourself and question authority." Which, yeah, uh, I believe in that quite a
Yeah.
bit.
Yep.
He also wrote and spoke frequently about transhumanism concepts of space migration, intelligence increase, and life extension. Leary developed the eight circuit model of consciousness in his book Exopsychology and gave lectures occasionally calling himself a performing philosopher.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's a
All right.
interesting dude. Interesting dude.
Yeah.
Interesting. From what I understand, he made it cleaner than what it is now. I've heard that too. I've heard that uh, I was always afraid to do any of that stuff because of some of the shit I'd heard. Uh, you'd have trips for days and all this other shit, which was all a lie. I experienced it. We started out laughing, and then boom, it hits you. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's fucking true.
The swing machine, mushrooms is the way. That's what I'm hearing, man. That's what I'm hearing. I mean, a natural way to do it. Richie says I'm going to get high for both of you. I have my medical card. Do it, man. Do it. Yeah, make.
Boy, if I could smoke some weed, I would. God
Oh
damn.
man, absolutely. I take that over alcohol any day, dude.
Yeah,
Seriously,
me too.
seriously.
Me too. Me too, bro.
I've done that. That's the hardest shit I've ever done. That's it. But yeah, man. I mean, it's been around for centuries. I mean, civilizations around the world have used it in
Mm.
holy practices. I mean, there's. Mm. Uh-oh, here we go. The Swing Machine says there is nothing more raw and real than the DMT land. The deja vu feeling, the perfect geometry, the unexplainable happening like being with your partner in that realm when you smoke with a partner. Huh.
No shit.
Uh, dude.
Dude, I haven't had deja vu in like 20 years, and today I did. And it was like, what the fuck?
That's a wild synchronicity there, man.
Yeah.
You have that happen to you, then we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is. It is. It is. So DMT is, so does it like bring you into a different I think that I think that having deja vu is like stepping into a different, I think there are concurrent things that are going on right now.
Hmm.
So like concurrent realities. And I think that they all go on at the same time. And one time, you're gonna step into that, and it just, like you wow. So you step, so a different reality, a different dimension that's running concurrently. You might step into that, and then you will come back into our normal reality. And I think that's what deja vu is.
That very well could possibly be, man. Very well could possibly be. I've been, studying about, the pineal gland too, and
Hmm.
how many people just ignore that, and how many people just absolutely have no idea what the pineal gland is.
Yeah,
And it's such an integral part of our central nervous system and just our way of life. It helps
yeah.
us sleep. It helps us, do you know that that little pine cone shaped gland in the center of our brain is called the eye of God for a reason? If you look at the symbol for the eye of Horus, okay, and you look at a medical uh, picture of the pineal gland and its shape, it's almost identical to the eye of Horus.
Wow, really?
Yeah, yeah. And there are pine cone shaped structures that date back to Sumeria.
Wow.
They're in, they're associated with the Anunnaki, the star people.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. Hey, Bill, wife stable home, going to bed. Yeah, get to bed, man. Dude, you were telling me hours ago you were wiped. Dude, hit the sack, man. Good night, Richie.
Yeah, I'm about to hit the sack too.
Good night, Bill. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. This has been. I didn't. I always say this shit, man. I said, well, it's not gonna be a long one tonight. But here we are, almost 2 hours in.
Yeah, I apologize for that, brother.
No, no, no. I'll tell you what, man. I appreciate you being on here. I told you once before. I said you're welcome in it on here anytime. I
Yeah,
drop that link, and you helped me through it, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
man.
We had a damn hell of a conversation.
Yeah, bro. We always do.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We always do, bro. We always have a great conversation.
What's it? LaSween says you'll see the same things, but also say the same things, or pluck ideas right from the other's brain when you're about to bring up something totally out of context and your buddy beats you to it.
Mm,
See, that reflects a theory of universal consciousness.
mm-hmm.
That, yep, and it goes along with quantum string theory.
Yeah.
You're welcome, brother. I just felt compelled to be on here tonight, and I needed my mom be prayed for, and you too, bro. You're good, man.
Yeah, man.
Anytime.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Oh, you're welcome. Like I said, anytime, bro. Anytime.
Yeah,
Anytime.
I'm
Ladies
gonna
and
go to bed.
gentlemen, huh?
I'm gonna go to bed now.
I hear you. I hear you. Dude, I'm gonna get ready to sign off, bro.
All right, buddy. Man, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Hoss. You're welcome.
Love talking to you, brother.
You too. There's always some, like you said, there's always some good conversation popping on. Every time we talk about something good comes up.
Yeah. All right, Lee. Have a good night, man.
Hey, you too, Hoss. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Hoff, good to see you, brother. Night, Bill. Sleep well, my brother. Okay. It's been good. And I want to thank all you guys for being here, showing up and sending out all the good vibes, man. It's really is really uplifting. I needed this. I needed my. It's like Bill said. I needed my peeps, and uh, I needed to talk. I appreciate it. And Ben, thanks again, brother, for hanging in there. Uh, Hiker X, it's good to see you again. Richie, glad to see you're okay. Um, Sandra, if you're still in here somewhere, I'm glad you stopped by. The Swing Machine, Dawn of the Dead, you guys, you really brought your A game tonight. I appreciate you being part of the conversation. And next time, dude, hey, I dropped the link in chat. If you want to pop on next time, uh, have at it. You're more than welcome. We'll come on and we'll have another conversation. And see this right here, what you're talking about, dirty acid, tea chattering shrooms is the best. In fact, yeah, yeah. Thanks, Hiker. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate everything you've done tonight. I appreciate, I've always said it. You guys are the reason this show goes on. Uh, thanks y'all for being here. Thanks for the conversation. It was been a great night. It's one of the best shows I've had in a while. And I am going to sign off. It's been it's been too long. So hopefully Wednesday, good Lord willing, um, I will I'll be back and we'll talk more about some crazy and interesting shit. And remember, like as always, you guys, what's that, man? I love y'all. Uh, like I said, you guys are the greatest. Raven Clan is the shit. And till next time, guys. Hopefully it'll be Wednesday. Until next time, I love you, mean it. Good night.